Hello dear children, welcome in science lecture. Children, if you go to buy vegetables, the vegetable vendor asks you what quantity of each vegetable you need. He then weighs the vegetables and gives them to you. In a grocery store, if you ask for a specific quantity of sugar, the salesman at the store weighs the quantity of sugar you want and gives it to you. If you go to buy a cloth for a new dress, you need to tell the shopkeeper how much cloth is needed. The shopkeeper measures the cloth and gives the same to you. If your two friends are arguing who is taller, you will measure both of your heights and find out who is taller. What is common in all the above situations? Yes, measurement. Measurement is thus a very important part of our everyday life. We can measure length, weight, time, capacity, and temperature by using a specific instrument or a tool. When we measure something, it is counted with the help of a unit. So, let us study how we measure length, weight, capacity, time and temperature. Here we begin with our science, chapter 13, measurements. Let's see what are the main points we are going to cover under this chapter. What does measuring tells us? Measuring length, measuring weight, measuring capacity, measuring time and measuring temperature. Before we could proceed over the main content of the chapter, let's have a look on the scientific terms from this chapter. Capacity. The quantity of a liquid that a container can hold. Cubit. The length of the arm from the tip of the finger to the elbow. Handspan. The distance from the tip of the thumb to the tip of the little finger on your outstretched hand. Length. Measurement that tells us how long something is. Standard unit. A unit that does not change. Thermometer. Instrument used to measure temperature. Let's move on the main content of the chapter. First, let us know what does measuring tell us. Measuring tells us the specific size of something. By measuring something, we can find out how big, how small, how long, how short, how much, how light, and how heavy it is. Children, measuring tells us the specific size of something, and when we'll measure something, then only we will come to know the specific or exact size, height, quantity and weight of the thing. That's why measuring is very important, because it tells us the specific size of something. Now let's move on the topic, measuring in ancient times. Children, in this first we will see what are the tools or instruments that are used to measure the length at present and in ancient times. Children, we measure length to find out how long something, because just now we have studied in the terms. Length is the measurement that tells us how long something is. So in olden times, in ancient times, people used their body parts to measure things. For example, they used their hands to measure the length of a cloth, or their feet to measure the distance. Okay, but however, the size of a hands and a feet differ from person to person. So this method of a measurement created a lot of confusion. And in ancient time, one of the unit, cubit, was a very famous. Okay, this unit is the oldest unit of a measuring length in a ancient time. So let's see what is cubit. Cubit is the length of the arm from the tip of the finger to the elbow. You can see in the figure here, this is the arm, picture of arm, and these two ends are showing the length measured by this from the tip of the elbow to the tip of the finger. Okay, so cubit, this is a cubit, the length of the arm from the tip of the finger to the tip of the elbow. And this cubit is the one of the oldest units of a measuring length. After that, this cubit is subdivided into shorter units like a foot span, hand span, or a finger span. And as I said, these units are vary from person to person, means differ from person to person because of the different sizes of hands, feet, or fingers. So now next, in a next subunit used in ancient time was hand span. Let us know what is hand span. You can see here in the picture the distance from the tip of the thumb, the distance from the tip of the thumb to the little finger. Whatever distance is measured from the tip of the thumb to the tip of the little finger on your outstretched hand. Your hand is outstretched here. You can see. So the distance from the tip of the thumb to the tip of the little finger on outstretched hand was called as a hand span. Then foot span, the measurement of the length by the size of the foot. See here, the measurement of the length from the by using the size of the foot. So children, all these units vary from person to person, and hence this method of a measurement created a lot of confusion. Okay, measuring length today, as I said, these hand span, foot span, cubit, these all were the units of measuring length in an ancient time. But today these ancient units are considered as a non-standard units of measuring lengths, because the size of a foot of each person, or size of a hand, or a size of cubit is vary from person to person. That's why these units were called as or considered as a non-standard units of a measuring length. And the reason behind this is that the size of a hand, foot and cubit, means arm, was different. That's why these units were called as a non-standard units of a measurement. Today, we use tools such as rulers, measuring tapes, meter rods to measure the length of things. And these are the common units of a measuring length, which are same for all the people. So let us study about measuring length at present. What tools do we measure? What tools do we use to measure the length? What are the standard units of a measuring length? And how the length is measured. So let's see here. Children, today common units are used for measurement which are same for all. Okay. For example, you can do one of the activity. By using your hand span, you have to measure the length of the table, any table, whatever you have. You and one partner you have to take. You can take the help of your parents. So both of you, either your father or mother and you yourself, both have to do the activity that you have to measure the length of the table by using your hand span. And whatever length you measured, that reading means how many hand span you counted and how many hand span your mother counted while measuring the length of that table. You will find a difference in the number of hand span in both of yours. Why? Because this activity suggests that using hand span is inappropriate to measure the exact length of the table. And this is because of the size of your hand span is different from your mother or father or whoever was there with you. Hence, we cannot use the body parts of a person to find the accurate measurement of an object or anything. Today, we use the tools such as rulers. So, if we will do the same activity, you have to do the same thing. You have to measure the length of the same table by using these tools like rulers or measuring tapes and meter rods. Meter rods are we don't have this. The people who measure the cloth, those people are using these meter rods. Okay, so almost all have rulers or measuring tape at their home. So you have to measure the length of the same table either by using the ruler or a measuring tape, and then see the length you have measured. You will come to know whatever length you have measured is the same as to your mother or your partner. Why? Because these common units or these tools are same for all people. Whatever length you have measured is same as to your partner, because these tools are same for all people. Okay, and you know, meter and centimeter, these are the standard units of measuring length. And standard unit, about standard unit also we have studied in terms that standard unit means a unit that does not change. That's why whatever length you measured with your partner, both have got the same length. Both have measured the length of the table and the same length both of you got after measuring. And that's why it is called as a standard unit. And standard unit means a unit that does not change. Okay, and you know, longer length are measured in meters, and meter is written in short as a m, whereas shorter lengths are measured in centimeters, and centimeters is written in short as a cm. Understood all of you? The standard unit for measuring length is a meter and a centimeter also. Okay, but meter is used for measuring longer lengths and centimeter is used to measure the shorter lengths. Next topic is measuring weight. Children, for measuring weight or mass, devices such as a common balance and weights and electronic balance are used. What is mass or weight? First, let us know now. Mass is the weight, or we can say mass and weight both are same. So this mass or weight tells us how heavy an object is. Mass or weight tells us how heavy an object is. And devices, see, this is the common balance, many of you have seen, and this is the electronic balance. Now these all are the common nowadays to weigh the mass or to measure the weight of anything. Okay, and the standard units of measuring mass or weight are kilogram and gram. Kilogram is written as a kg and gram is written as a g in a short form. And heavy objects are used to measure in a kilograms and light objects are measured in a grams. Okay. Children, let's study how to measure liquids. Measuring liquids or a capacity. Children, capacity tells us the amount of a liquid that a container can hold. The amount or a quantity of a liquid that a container can hold is called as a capacity. Okay, for example, you have to do one activity now. You have to take a small cup and a big bucket and fill both of these things completely with water, and then just see how much water is filled in both of these things. Okay, you will come to know the water quantity of a water in the small cup is lesser than the quantity of water in a big bucket. Means both of the things have a different capacity. So capacity means the quantity of a liquid that a container can hold. It's called as its capacity. Understood? Children, tools such as measuring cups and measuring cylinders are used to measure liquids. See, these are the different tools. Measuring cups, okay, or measuring cylinders, sometimes measuring jars. Scoops are also there. They are used to measure the capacity. Liters and milliliters are the standard units of measuring liquids. Liters and milliliters. Liters is written as L in short and milliliters is written as ml in short, and these are the standard units of measuring measuring liquids. Okay, children, you can see the pictures of measuring cups here. If you will look at the these cups, you will see they are made of a clear glass or a plastic, and they have markings also on the outside of it. Also have a handle and a spout so that we can hold the container, as well as the spout is will help us to pour any liquid easily. Okay, so these measuring tools like measuring cups and cylinders, they are made of a clear glass and a plastic. Okay, and liters and milliliters are the standard units of measuring liquids or now let's move on the next topic, measuring time. Children, time is the most important parameter that we measure daily in our life. We need to know the time for many things that we do in a day. See children, our whole day, everything is depend on the time, because from morning once you got up till you go to bed, whole day we have all the work, everything is we have set as per the time. For example, if you have to come to school, then 6 or 5 o'clock you are getting up, then doing your all the things, then auto uncle comes at particular time, then he picks you, then you come to school at the exact whatever time we have of our school. Then you have in school period wise, all the periods you have to 7 to 8 periods are there, so everything is scheduled. So time is a very important parameter in our life, and we need to know the time for many things. So the devices like clocks and watches are used to measure, or they tell us the time. And children, time is measured in hours, minutes and seconds. And these hours, minutes and seconds are the standard units of measuring time. You can see in the picture here, this is a clock is there, watch, wristwatch. Nowadays this digital watch is also there. In olden times, now this is what? This is the sundial. So in olden times, people use this sundial to know the time of the day. And this sundial is used by measuring the shadow of the sun. And by looking, even by looking at the sun's direction, people used to measure the time. But nowadays we are using clocks and watches, even digital watches also we use to measure the time. Okay, and units like hours, minutes and seconds are the standard units of measuring time. Children, you know, one day has a 24 hours. 1 hour means 60 minutes. Means 60 minutes make 1 hour. And 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. Means 60 seconds make 1 minute. Understood everyone? The next topic now here is measuring temperature. Children, temperature tells us how cold or hot a body is. Why I said? Because often we have seen this, what is this? Can you tell me? Yeah, this is a thermometer. And we have seen this thermometer in hospitals. Especially doctors are using this thermometer to check the temperature of our body. Okay, that's why temperature tells us how cold or hot our body is, and even the degree of hotness and coldness. Okay, so the device or instrument used to measure the temperature is a thermometer. Temperature is measured on the centigrade scale, and temperature is measured in degree Celsius. This is the unit of measuring temperature. So after, if you are not well and if you measured the temperature, you are asking how many degrees, then doctors or If at home also, now this is a common, everyone is having at your home this thermometer. So we are seeing, checking and seeing there, okay, 39, okay, it's okay, 45, it's okay, no problem, normal. But the normal body temperature of a human being is 37 degrees Celsius. Okay, and this temperature is measured on the centigrade scale. Okay, and degree Celsius is the standard unit of measuring temperature. Understood, all of you? Now children, just look at this chart. We have studied about measurement, how to measure length, mass, capacity, time and temperature. See children, length is measured by using the tools like rulers and measuring tapes, and the standard units of measuring length are meter and centimeter. Mass is measured, means weight is measured by using the tools like weighing machine and weighing balance, or common balances and weight and electronic balance. And the standard units of measuring mass or weight are kilogram and gram. Then capacity means liquid are measured by using the tools like measuring cylinder, measuring cups and measuring can. And the standard units of measuring liquid or capacity are liter and milliliter. Time is measured by using the devices like clocks and watches, and the standard units of measuring time are hour, minute and seconds. Temperature is measured by using the device or instrument called thermometer, and temperature is measured in degree Celsius. Understood? Now children, let's see the question answers now you have given on page number 102. You have given subjective type questions. Question number 5, answer the following. First question, what does measuring tell us? Answer, measuring tells us the specific size of something. By measuring something, we can find out how big or small, how long or short, how much, how heavy or light an object is. Okay. Then, what are non-standard units of measurement? Why are they called so? Cubit, handspan and footspan are non-standard units of measurement of a length. These ancient units are considered as non-standard units of a measuring length. This is because these units vary from person to person, and measurement taken using this will not be accurate. Question is, what is the unit of length? How do we measure length? What is the unit of a length? Answer, we use tools such as rulers and measuring tapes to measure the length of things. Meter is the standard unit of measuring length. A unit that does not change is called a standard unit. Longer lengths are measured in meters, while shorter lengths are measured in centimeters. Next question, what is capacity? How are measuring cups useful? Answer, the quantity of a liquid that a container such as a bucket, mug and jug can hold is referred to as its capacity. Measuring cups are used to measure liquids. They are made up of clear glass or a plastic. They have markings on the outside and a handle and spout for easy pouring. Liters and milliliters are units for measuring liquids. Next question, question number 5. How do we define temperature? Temperature is the degree of hotness and coldness. We use thermometer to measure temperature. The next question, how do clocks and watches tell us time? Answer, clocks and watches are the devices that we use to see the time. Okay, so clocks and watches tell us the time, and these devices measure time in hours, minutes and seconds. Now children, this lesson have HOTS also, and these HOTS are very important. So we'll write all the HOTS from this chapter. The first one, there are 60 minutes in an hour. How many minutes are there in 12 hours? Children, you have already learned in a maths about how to convert hours into minutes and minutes into seconds. Okay, so this question is also based on conversion of hours into minutes. So first of all, we must know that 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. Okay, and it is given that there are 60 minutes in an hour. So what we have to find out here, how many are in 12 hours, how many minutes are there? So to find out this, we must know the formula that 1 hour has 60 minutes. So in 12 hours, we have to find out how many minutes are there. So we will multiply this 12 hours by 60 minutes. Okay, because 60 minutes means 1 hour. So 60 minutes into 12 is equal to 720 minutes. So how many minutes are there in 12 hours? Yes, there are 720 minutes in 12 hours. Next one, the capacity of a bottle of milk is 850 ml. What would be the total capacity of 8 such bottles? Children, we have given here capacity of 1 bottle. So by using the capacity of 1 bottle, we have to find out the total capacity of 8 bottles. So let's see. We'll solve it. Capacity of 1 bottle is equal to 850 ml. Hence the capacity of 8 bottles is equal to 8 into 850 ml. So we'll multiply the number of bottles with the capacity of 1 bottle, and the product we got here is 4250 ml. So the total capacity of 8 such bottles would be 4250 ml. After that, Minnie studied for 2 hours and 5 minutes. She finished studying at 11:15 a.m. So at what time did she start studying? See children, Minnie studied for 2 hours and 5 minutes and she finished her studying at 11:15. So at what time she started studying, that we have to find out. So 11:15 she started studying. So from that time, how many hours she studied, that we will subtract. So 11:15 minus 2 hours 5 minutes, we got the difference here. 9 hours 10 minutes means she started studying at 9:10 a.m. Okay. After that, Roger weighs 95 kilograms. He is 5 times heavier than Bill. What is Bill's weight? Children, we have given Roger's weight here. It is a 95 kilogram. But he is 5 times heavier than Bill. Already Roger having the weight 95 kilogram and he is 5 times heavier than Bill. So what is Bill's weight? For this, we need to divide Roger's weight by means how many times he is heavier than Bill. Okay, so let's see first. Roger's weight we have given, it is 95 kg, and number of times Roger is heavier than Bill, that also given. He is a 5 times heavier than Bill. So what is Bill's weight? For this we need to divide Roger's weight by how many times he is heavier than Bill. So 95 divided by 5, the quotient is a 19. So Bill is a 19 kilogram. So the weight of a Bill is 19 kilogram. Okay. A water tank has a capacity of 950 liters. If there is already 550 liter water in the tank, how much more water is needed to fill it completely? Okay, children, a water tank has a capacity of 950 liters. And we have to completely fill, but there is already 550 liter water is there in the tank. So how much more water is needed to fill the water tank completely? So let's see. We will solve it. Total capacity of a water tank is 950 liter. Quantity of water that is already present in the tank, that is 550 liter. So quantity of more water is needed to fill the tank is equal to, how we will find out? The total capacity of a tank minus the amount or the quantity of water that is already present in the tank, that we will subtract. So total capacity minus amount of water or quantity of water already present in the tank, that is a 550. So 950 minus 550 liter is equal to 400 liter. So how can we write? Hence 400 liters of water is needed to fill the tank completely. Understood all of you? So children,